The demand for a separate flag for Karnataka, the Kannada flag, is not a new demand. This demand has has a history way back in 1960s. The flag was first conceived by a Bangalore-based Kannad who was a renowned journo, social activist, and he was a renowned Kannada writer, M.A. Ramamurthy. And he conceived this particular flag that we have with the yellow and red region. Yellow signifying positivity and red signifying courage. And this flag was actually used by R.A. Ramamurthy as a political flag for his political party known as Kannada Paksham. And ever since 1960, the demand has kept on being asked by various sections of the Kannada society. And there has been a lot of litigations in various courts in Karnataka for such particular demand. And one such particular case was in the recent in 2012 when a writ petition was filed before the Honorable High Court of Karnataka, wherein a lot of RT activists and Kannada movement social thinkers filed a writ petition before the Honorable High Court of Karnataka, requesting and asking the court to allow them to hoist this Kannada flag at various functions within the Karnataka. So, during the course of hearing, the Honorable High Court referred the matter to the government and asked the government views whether to have a separate flag or to hoist such separate flag is possible or not. Well, government replied then in 2012 in negation. And we all know in 2012 it was a BJP-led government in the state of Karnataka with Sadanand Gowda as the chief minister. But apparently, very surprisingly, in the same year, during the budget speech, Sadanand Gowda kept this proposal of having a separate flag, but which never saw the light of the day. Then a very interesting case came in 2014, and which had certain reasons why there was a demand for having a separate flag. And there was this petition filed by certain RT activists from a district called Belagavi in Karnataka. Before I tell you about the case, let me just tell you what this district is all about and where it is geographically located. Belagavi is a very small district of Karnataka which is located on the borders of Karnataka and Maharashtra. And this district has a considerably large population of Marathi speaking people. And it also have Kannada people and people who speak Kannada and those who are literally, as they call it, a hardcore Kannada people. So this Marathi speaking population which is in majority there, and a party in Maharashtra called Maharashtra Ekakikaran Samiti, wanted to have this particular region because it has a Marathi population, because it has a Marathi speaking population in majority, so wanted this particular Belagavi district to be submerged in Maharashtra rather than having it in Karnataka, though it was their demand and they were after this demand for a while. To prove their point home and to prove their point to have it in a Maharashtra region, they started to hoist their own flag, signifying a Marathi dominated areas over a corporation building in Belagavi district. To oppose this, certain Kannada movement people, certain RTI activists, filed this petition before the court to allow them to have this yellow and a red color signifying the Kannada flag to be hoisted in the various parts of the Belagavi district, just to thwart this particular Marathi movement that was ongoing in Belagavi district. So like this, there are a lot of issues which are taking place, which are forcing the Kannada think tanks and the Kannada people to have their own identity. So I think to have a separate flag, it's a debatable issue one. And we all know that there are a lot of think tanks across India who would say, the political thinkers, so as to call them, they would say that to have a separate flag will give rise to regionalism and it will actually a threat to federal structure of a country. Well, that's correct in a way that yes, it will give rise to regionalism, and we should all bow down to one flag, which is a tricolor, which is our national flag, and we should not have some other flag. For only we have a state of Jammu and Kashmir, which has a separate flag. And why they have a separate flag? Because there's exact separate provision within our Indian Constitution of Article 370, which allows them to have not only a separate flag but also they have a separate constitution. I may not go into details of why they have and what are the provisions within Article 370 for Kashmir. But coming back to Karnataka, which is the issue in hand, I think yes, we should be very careful by when we are acceding to such demands. Well, as if I go by the media reports, the government is looking quite serious about it, and they have formulated a committee, a 9-member committee, to look into the prospects of having a separate flag. But whatever the decision the government takes, whatever it's a decision, because it's an elected government, and it's not that it's a Congress government who's doing it. In the past, we have seen BJP government also acceding to such demands. So I think it is a collective demand, maybe a collective demand of the state. So whatever decision the government finally takes, I think the foremost issue would be that they should always take this as an issue that our national flag, our tricolor, should not be undermined, and the sanctity of our national flag should always be upheld. So with these words, I think these were my comments. Thank you so much.